Hello, live chatters and Mad Hatters. It's 12:04, a little late today. It is Sunday. It is October 16th. A week from 2 weeks from Monday is Halloween, and 3 weeks from today, there goes daylight savings time. So it'll start getting dark at 5 p.m. Oh my God, how am I going to survive? Veggie Metal, nice to see you. California Dreaming, the regulars are starting to pop right on. I have very good news to tell you guys. I'm going to wait till more of you show up. Jorge Arias, yes. John Carl, good day to you, my friend. Uncle Hubert, Anas Murad, haven't seen you before. Jennifer Miranda, of course. What else is new? Lovely name. Congratulations, yes. I don't know on what. Oh, maybe on the good news. Well, one of the good news is I'm feeling better physically. My urinary retention seems to have resolved itself, and I'm taking a supplement that's really helping with the arthritis. So I'm telling you, hey, Jennifer, Tiana, we got two great Jennifers here on the live chat. Jennifer Miranda, Jennifer Tiana. You guys should tell me where you live. That'd be great. Anyway, you know, I've learned one that people with physical pain, man, we have to have tremendous compassion for them, and secondly, to be grateful for the parts of our body that are working. I mean, things could be so much more worse, even when I had the arthritis, even when I had the urinary retention. I mean, people, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, you name it. So let's bless our body and give thanks for our health. You're in Kansas. Oh, we're not in Kansas anymore, are we? You anywhere near, what's the place, Overland Park? Isn't that where the University of Kansas is? You have been miserable anxiety lately? I really care about you. Well, I care about you. I have a video called How to Rewire Your Anxious Brain. All sorts of good, cool things to manage anxiety. Today I felt so much less anxious. I almost missed her. Yeah, well, I have not missed anxiety myself. Hey, this is Abdullah from Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. Oh yeah, it's a cool place. Nice to see we have an international audience. Overland Park, that was a good guess, Jennifer. How was that? Oh, Palo Alto, one of my favorite places on earth. Jay Brider, 99. I went to Stanford briefly. An awesome university. Do I take omega-3 fish oils? No, but I should. I eat a lot of sardines. You're in Leeds, UK. Wow. So we got one Jennifer from Kansas and one Jennifer from the UK. Syracuse, New York. Went to school in Rochester. So I want to thank you all the last couple of weeks as our viewership continues to go down, and our subscribers. You have kept this channel afloat with your generous donations. Each week we start out with a goal of $50, which is just only $5, $10 donations. And here's Dibido, may not be here without you. Well, thank you. Doobie-doo. Anyway, thank you. You read my mind. I was saying all it takes is $5, $10 donations to get our goal, and we've already got the first 10. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, something that's free, hit the like button and we'll draw more viewers to this channel on this live chat. I always will have a goal of getting 70. It doesn't always happen. I have no idea how many we have now. It's just the beginning. 27, well, hey, that's a third of the way, isn't it? Actually more than a third of the way. Anyway, this is Douglas Bloch. It is the Depression Recovery Hour, live video chat hour on my YouTube channel, Healing Depression. Been going on since June of 2017, over 5 years, every Sunday at noon Pacific time. And we have two reasons to have this live chat. One is to answer all the questions you have about mental health recovery. And number two is to create a healing community where you guys can support each other. And so far, both have been very successful. Jennifer Hogue, hey, I'm from Canada. I came across your videos, educational. Hey, I always wanted to be a professor when I was growing up in high school. Was always good in school. And so yeah, hey, Doobie-doo, thank you for $10. And you say, may not be here without you. Would you like to elaborate? I'm taking that my videos have helped you when you were very depressed. And here's another $10 donation, probably from Jennifer Tiana, I'm guessing. Jorge Arias, that's right. Oh my God. And you contributed last year. Jorge, you know, we have certain people who have become like the patron saints of this channel in terms of contributions. And by the way, sorry, I wiped my nose. I've been having some sort of allergic reaction. Anyway, $20 to go, 40% of the way there. Thank you, Jorge. And I think you told me you live somewhere in the United States. Lazy Eye Ranch, one of the great faithful, says, I was annoyed because my lower back hurts, but when I woke up yesterday with a terrible toothache, made me forget about the back. Yeah. Yeah. Finding the end of a cold, says Carrie Burns. Yes, but it is self-limiting, unlike anxiety. Paul Flint, you're in Hacksea, UK. I take it that's somewhere in Great Britain. You guys, I lived in the UK for 6 months when I lived in Scotland in 1982. Right. Well, the economy is having problems. New Jersey, of course, how could I have forgotten? I watch your videos before sleep every day for the past 2 years. Abdullah TM, I hope you have good dreams as a result. That'd be nice. 36 people. We're halfway to 70 already. It is October 16th, 2 weeks and 1 day before the end of October. And let me tell you something. We are breaking records in Oregon. No rain in July, no rain in August, no rain in September, no rain in October. The warmest months in history, the driest months in history, and I'm loving it because I used to live in San Diego, and the Pacific Northwest is tough to get used to after that. Doobie-doo, you need help? Well, Doobie-doo, ask and you shall receive. What type of help do you need? I'm happy to answer your questions. I'm happy to give you some ideas, and I'm happy to suggest that you go find some good therapists or counselors where you live. Depression, anxiety are treatable disorders, but we need the support of other people. We need other people's input. Do you look forward to the holidays? Absolutely not. I'm Jewish. I wasn't raised celebrating the Christmas holidays, and I have no family out here. So, it's always an alienating time for me. But being Jewish, I love the Bible. I study the New Testament, so that doesn't really have anything to do with it. What it is I don't have any family to come out and visit. The wildfire smoke is annoying, says Alex Jones from Seattle, Washington. And yes, I went to a beautiful place called Salty's, a restaurant right on the Columbia River, and it was so smoky on Friday. Oh my God. I think the fires are coming from Seattle, actually. This isn't really the way to deal with this horrible financial BS because it's mostly not our own doing. Well, most things are not our own doing when it comes to, international politics. So, 12 after the hour, we've already had $20, 30 more to go. Alex Jones, nice to see you. Doobie-doo. You said you need help. Please ask what you need, and we'll see what we can do. I feel so alienated by Halloween here in Germany. It's so weird to see kids practicing it. But hey, if the kids enjoy it, so be it. I didn't know you lived in Germany, Hubert. And hey, Laura Alexander, my niece, my great niece from one of the most beautiful metropolitan areas in America called Elko, Nevada. As a matter of fact, I just got a feed called 25 Great Things to Do in Elko. One was watching the dust of the desert. 2 was watching the dust in the desert. 3 was freezing your butt off in winter. 4 was running out of fuel in the winter. Okay, I'm making a joke here. But anyway, hey, I talked to Sam this morning. He did say he was going to look into treatment centers. I want you to call him up. I hope you had a good church experience. I hope you continue to put him on your prayer list. Matter of fact, I have a beautiful nephew named Sam, who's Laura's brother, who's in a crisis right now, a depressive breakdown, and also relapsing into alcohol. He really needs your prayer support, and I'll write down his name. Hey, DT Vids 20. Yes, one of my favorite young adults. So his name is Sam, and you don't have to know his last name, but just think of him. Sam needs your prayers. He has struggled his whole life. He's 41 years old, had a difficult life, but he's a great soul. But right now, you know what it's like to be captive by something more powerful than yourself, like drugs, like depression. Yes, you're in a screening process for a mushroom study at Yale, Connecticut. Hopefully I get accepted. This could be a great treatment for my PTSD and depression. Yes, it's been studied for quite some time. I'm assuming you live in Connecticut. According to Lazy Eye Ranch, Alex Jones, wildfires are terrifying. My son and I got trapped in a big one in 2013. It burned around us thanks to my goat's brush clearance. Don't know why more people don't have goats here. It helped you out tons when you're in despair. Well, that is the purpose of this channel. One is to give people hope that they can recover, and number two is to give them the tools they can do so. Speaking of which, this is my website, which is getting more and more visits. It's called overcomingsuicidalpain.com. Anytime you're feeling really miserable, you don't have to be suicidal, but you're like, down in the dumps. This has a lot of great coping strategies, and so does this. This has been my Bible for the past 25 years. Self-care activities to improve your mood. You can get this free on my personal website, douglasbloch.com. You see it has physical self-care, mental, emotional self-care, spiritual connection, lifestyle habits, and social support. And on the other side, there's these really cool little cartoons. Eat well, feed your spirit, get moving. Absolutely free as a download. If you simply go to my personal website, and my personal website is https://DOUGLASBLOCH. And there it is right there. Hey, Carrie, nice to see you. Kelly Burns, one of my favorite people from Texas, been a great contributor to this channel, been a great participator in this channel, says, I'm frugal and financially responsible, as I am. However, I've been spending lately, and I think it's part of the global instability situation. I reel myself in, but I'm kind of in a screw it mode. Well, yeah, but you don't want to shoot yourself, you don't want to say screw it to other people and then end up, shooting yourself, figuratively speaking. Veggie Metal. I told my parents I'm scared I'll die by suicide before I reach old age. I'm 28. Douglas, is there something you were scared of when you were younger? I was scared to be homeless because I couldn't support myself. But I have to tell you that I'm nervous about the S word too myself, because I've been so close. And if I can just die a natural death, I'll be very happy. But not anytime soon. That reminds me about a Catholic boy who was at his confirmation, and the priest says, little Johnny, do you want to go to heaven? And Johnny says, not yet, not yet. By the way, I'm doing a bunch of shorts, YouTube shorts, and it's telling jokes. One of my favorite ones that was given here right on this channel. I went to urgent care. I told my doctor that I broke my arm in 2 places. You know what he told me? Don't go back to those places. Any good jokes from you guys? I get a lot of good jokes. Yes, Southern Connecticut. Yes, Connecticut is the wealthiest state in the country. Jorge, I'm glad that these videos were able to help you. This is Douglas Bloch. It is the Depression Recovery Hour, 12:17 p.m. Pacific Time, October 16th, 2022. Ann C. says, it's a blessing in my life, these chats. And Ann C. is a blessing because she's 85 years old, and she's showing me how to grow old gracefully. Psychedelic therapy has helped a lot of people. I hope it helps you. Hey, Susan Jones. Yes, it shall pass. From Virginia, another old timer. And I hope you reel your spending in, Kelly Burns. You don't want to run out of money in this culture. Kelly Burns says, I've had an underlying fear of going to prison, although I'm a law-abiding citizen. Wow. It is. Why would you go to prison if you're a responsible person? Maybe that's just, again, the depression being nutty. My love for my son and my love for my animals keep me from considering suicide. I can't bear the thought of leaving them, and that's what, that is one of the main things that keep people here on earth. And I actually have a chapter called What About the People You Leave Behind? There are 2 major reasons why people don't make attempts on their own lives, I have found. One is fear of death, right? The survival instinct, which Voltaire, the philosopher, called the most powerful instinct we have. Of course, it's programmed into us, right? Nobody would be here without the survival instinct, right? And the second thing that keeps people tethered to the earth, of course, is their personal relationships. We know what that does to people left behind. It's a train wreck. It's a catastrophe. And so thank God we human beings are pack animals and social animals. But here's a comment from Laura Alexander, my dear niece, who's 39, 1 year till 40. I'm sure she's horrified. Had a coworker who took microdoses of psychedelic mushrooms. It was a game changer for her depression. Yes, people take microdoses without actually experiencing regular therapy. And for some people, it's very helpful. So thank you, Laura, for that feedback. Maybe if DT Vids X20 doesn't get to the study, maybe that's something he might want to talk about with his therapist. Yes, DT Vids has been doing research into the mushroom therapy, and that is because he doesn't get benefit from regular antidepressants. He's not alone. Incarcerophobia. Wow, I never knew that. The fear of going to jail. That's interesting. No, that's never been one of my fears, although I've almost gone to jail a couple of times because I was illegally hitchhiking. Your favorite Uncle Hubert from Germany says to Laura Alexander, my darling niece, I definitely recommend microdosing, and I recommend psilocybin. Absolutely, he says. All right, here's part of the good news I talked about. Many of you know that I've been looking for a new cat to replace darling Bruce. And Laura's brother, Sam, the person who we need prayers for, happened to have come upon a cat that he is willing to share with Joan and myself. And the cat's name is Oscar, but I'm going to call him Isaiah. And I can try to get this phone will not cooperate. There he is. Can you see this cat? Hard to really make him out, but there he is. A beautiful, beautiful tabby striped cat with white paws, 3 years old, coming to our house soon. Again, it's kind of dark. It's hard to see it on the screen, but you get a sense of him. He's a beautiful, beautiful animal and very, very mellow. His name was Whiskers, then they changed it to Oscar. I'm going to call him Isaiah, named after the great Hebrew prophet. And there he is. A potential replacement for Bruce Bloch. Hey, LS16. Hey, Laura. Hey, look at this. The first time that the brother and sister have been here together. I got two cats, Dasha and Meringue. I have no idea what those mean. Maybe they're Hindu names. I wish we could all share pictures of our animals. LOL. That would be cool. Yes, animals are one of the great things that keep us tethered to Earth. He looks like a character. He does look like an Oscar, yeah, but he won't be an Oscar for long. I like Oliver as a better name. Oh my goodness, me, a new cat. Lovely news. Love the name you've picked. Well, he's very regal, he's very stately, and he's very highly conscious. So, but anyway, we'll keep you posted. We don't have him yet. JG, hey Mr. B, thank you for all you do, sir. You've helped me realize the true meaning of anxiety from your story of a hiker on the trail that ran into a bear. From that point on, I have controlled it. Yes. Well, what I was saying is, you're a hiker on a trail, you run into a bear, he scares the heck out of you, you survive. Then the next day, your brain, your prefrontal cortex says, oh, what if I run into that bear again, even though the odds are like 1 in a million? But you can't stop thinking about it, right? You're anticipating the worst, even though it's not happened. That's called catastrophizing, and a lot of people got that problem. And evidently, this individual overcame it. The best kittens are the ones you need. He's beautiful. A mature cat is good choice. No surprises. I love those white paws. Yes, so do we. By the way, he was gotten from the Humane Society in Virginia, and Bruce was gotten from the Humane Society in Portland, Maine. Both of these are East Coast transplants like me. J.I. Berider, 99. Are we at $40 maybe? Would that be only $10 left? One. Let me see. Nope. 5, 15. Okay, so we're at $35, so we're basically at 70%. That's pretty good, only 15 more. Thank you for your donation. I feel guilty for suffering from depression for years. I feel I've let down my family. No, you haven't. If you had rheumatic fever, you wouldn't be letting down your family. My depression tries to convince me that life is not worth living, but my lived experience tells me that's false. That's absolutely right, J.B. A writer. So I have something I want you. Hey, Julie Nelson. This is 46 people. We have 24 to go. This is the name of one of my videos. It's called Depression Lies About the Future. There was a very famous actor named Burt Lahr. He was in the Wizard of Oz. He played the Cowardly Lion. He said, "Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth?" Yes, it is the truth that depression lies about the future. Veggie Metal says to Jay Berider, your brain is currently dysregulated and therefore interpreting that life is not worth living. Once you recover, you will see life as a gift. You know, my nephew Sam was saying that he thought he was a burden to others. That is a major, major dysregulation of the brain. When you think that you are a burden to others, no, you're not. People who love you don't feel it's a burden when you're depressed. What you are is, in a way, a burden to yourself because of your own suffering. But no, we have to realize that the brain does not always tell us the truth. When the brain is ill or imbalanced, it will tell us untruths, and we have to be able to contradict them. So thank you, Veggie Metal. Lazy Ranch. I'm still jumpy about after confronting the puma who killed 3 of my goats 8 months ago. Now I wake up with my heart pounding every time I hear a noise. That's called PTSD. Tough to overcome. 5 ants joined 5 more ants to rent a place. Now they're called 10 ants. How clever. I like that. Wonderful. More jokes, anybody? Jennifer Hogue, the third Jennifer. I'm getting headaches when I'm anxious. Any way to get rid of it? Well, maybe reduce the anxiety would be one way. Man, one of my favorite people. I don't think it's narcissism. I don't feel superior. Things are just not good enough. I'm not quite sure how that's narcissism, but I will tell the pun I made myself if Uncle Doug won't tell it. Well, I haven't heard of it. How can I tell it? Speaking of which, I just came up with an incredible off-the-cuff joke for the cat. Green Jewel, hello Doug, I just got here in time for jokes. Well, good, here's one I made up. Why was the cat having a bad attitude? Because he's got a chip on his shoulder. Why was the cat displaying a bad attitude? Because he has a chip on his shoulder. Okay, someone tell me why that's funny. Lola, the Frenchy Swan, I love your name. I have no idea what it means, but hi, another old timer. Yes, the cat had a chip on his shoulder. I'm waiting for someone to tell me why that's funny. By the way, nothing tops a plain pizza. Another pun. Okay, I'm pansexual. Is that a pun? Pan means everything, like Pan, the nature god. Like pantheism means, seeing God everywhere. Lola Frenchy. Read my last super chat advice. I'll look for it. Cecilia Vasquez, I feel my depression, which I believe is causing my long-lasting loneliness, will end up killing me. More than 20 years on different meds. Thanks for being here. There are other things besides meds, and I will get to your, I will get to Doobie-Doo your comment in a second. There's TMS. There's ECT. There's ketamine. And there's mushroom therapy. So there are things besides medication that can help. Prayer. So you should talk to your doctor about other options besides medications. John Paul, I am doing well, thank you. What did the 3-star Michelin chef say when asked about his sex life? I'm pansexual. Okay, now I got it. Thank you. I didn't get the original line. Very, very good. Okay, so we got to find Doobie-Doo. If somebody can find his comment for me in this stream, let me know what it is. I'm trying to find it myself. So, Doobie-Doo. Oh, here it is. Thank you. I've got so many problems. I turned into catching online child predators, but I still feel like ending my life. Please help me. Well, Doobie-Doo, you need to get to the source of what is causing you, what kind of pain is causing you that life is not worth living, and then get to the source of it. Now, I have a wonderful, wonderful video that I want you to watch. It's called Reasons to Stay Alive. And when people can come up with any reason, or one word to stay alive, it could be you want to accomplish something, you have a person you care about, you're just stubborn. Also, you can be just afraid of death, because you should be. these help you when you're suicidal. So that's one thing, is to go ahead and to write a list of some reasons to stay alive. The other thing is to find out what is the pain. Because when people are feeling suicidal, it's because they have this intense pain called psychache, and they're just needing to get out of it some way because they can't get rid of it. So what is going on? Are you suffering from depression? Are you suffering from bipolar? Did you lose something? Are you in financial straits? There's something going on that is basically, overwhelming your survival instinct. What is that? And then you can find a good mental health professional, psychiatrist, psychologist, social worker, to help you make it through it. So the way you get out of the fix you're in is by reaching out for professional help and having people come and help you feel better. Also, there are online support groups and chat groups you can go to, but you just have to find something that makes life worth living. And if the chemistry in your brain is off kilter, then you need to treat it directly through antidepressants or other kinds of therapies. So so that's what I would say, Doobie-Doo. Try to find out the source of your pain and go get some professional help to help you overcome it. So let me know what you think of that. I used to, and it helped me a lot, but I lost it in a move. I really miss it. And what is Susan Joe's referring to? An inversion table. Oh, yeah, they're fantastic. You can get one online. There's a place called, Teeter. I think it's Teeter something. Yeah, just go to Amazon, right? Inversion table. There's a guy who makes them. It was called something Teeter. Anyway, plug that in and you'll find one, or just go to Amazon. There's probably many, many, many types. Atlas, nice to see you. Oh, if you rearrange the letters in I'm depressed, you get I pressed on. That's pretty good. Thank you, Todd. That's very cute. Atlas, I've had a very traumatic childhood. My family moved around a lot. I never had any sense of stability. Yep, I've seen that. Never had any control over anything. My entire existence was centered around pleasing others. Well, you've got that. Only 37 people? I just thought we had 54. Boy. You understand the problem. Now the idea is to go ahead and get the kind of counseling and therapy you need to overcome it. Kerry says he's got a heated inversion table. Wow. Well, you should tell us what company. We're about ready for another donation. We have it's halfway through the hour, 12:32. We have $35, and Doobie-Doo just gave $5 more, I believe. So thank you. I think we're up to 40 now. $10 more until we hit our goal. I wonder what happened to Edward Steiner from California. Oh, 51. That's good. Well, maybe things have jumped back up again. He used to be such a regular contributor here, both with words and with green energy. So but people just they come and they go. What can I say? Uncle Hubert says, my childhood was filled with a lot of physical assault and emotional violence. I'm really sorry to hear that. Is it beyond repair? Well, maybe, maybe not. It could be, but people are quite resilient. Oh, public speaking anxiety was never perfect. And Kelly Burns, $30. Well, boy, did you put us over the top, Kelly. Probably at around $65. I don't always comment, but I'm here almost every week. I appreciate the service you're providing. Well, you have commented, Kelly. You've been here for at least 2 years and shared with us, you're overcoming your brain surgery and all the other things you've lived through. And I really appreciate your help. He's from Texas, good old Texas. So no, that's extremely generous. And Kelly and I have actually emailed each other. He's actually commented on some of my work. And speaking of which, you're going to see some shorts up on this channel soon. And I'm going to, at some point, take my audiobook called It hurts too much to live. Period. My new audiobook on suicide prevention. Period. I'm going to stop uploading it to this channel. Period. I'll keep you posted. Period. Well, Doobie Doo says this is a wonderful community. I'm glad you say that. That's what I think of it. Can I email you? Yeah. Sure. My email is my first and last name at gmail.com. Just make sure you send some pictures of beautiful sunsets. Did you hear about the guy who invented the knock-knock joke? He won the Nobel Prize. Laura, that is absolutely corny. How do you get that? That's my niece, by the way, is really, really, really smart. And also she's a healer. You know, we had talked last night about her brother's situation, and tremendously insightful about addiction recovery and people's problems. Laura, with that Libra sun, I think when your kids grow up, you should go in to get a degree in psychology and start working directly with people with emotional problems, or you can become a drug and alcohol counselor. But you need to work with people who are suffering. You have a talent that's pretty damn amazing. So, but anyway, the Nobel Prize. Yep, I like that. I'm going to take a picture of it. It's really dumb, but I like it. So, hey, Sierra, nice to see you. By the way, a shout out to Kelly Jones. Thank you for that $30 donation. One of our greater donations we get. And yeah, again, thank you. How do you deal with abusive people, Alex Jones? You probably just avoid them if you can. All right. Did anybody else like Laura's joke besides me? Speaking of which, we're talking about doctors. Here's my favorite doctor joke. A doctor gives a patient 6 months to live. At the end of 6 months, the patient hasn't paid his bill. Doctor says, okay, I'll give you another 6 months. That's from the Catskills. Anyway, let's have some more jokes here. Atlas, you need to see it's not your fault. Stop blaming yourself and hating yourself for other people's abuse. Absolutely, but usually when people are abused as children, they take it on and think it's their problem. Don't sneer at any method of measuring liquids. You may be held in contempt of court. Valuing you, that's just horrible. Lazy Eye Ranch says there's only 2 GPs within 30 miles who accept Medicaid, which is for poor people. The other one won't see me because I hurt her feelings. Because I didn't want to discuss religion. Well, you shouldn't see a person like that. Why would the person be, have their feelings hurt, right? All right, it is 38 minutes after the hour. It's another sunny day in Portland. As Alex Jones can tell you, we have not had rain in 4 months. It's amazing. Beautiful day in Illinois. Well, beautiful day in Portland, Oregon, as my mother would say. Jorge Rijas, yes, I guess we're doing well. We're here. Lazy Eye Ranch, the nearest VA office is 50 miles away. I can't drive that far in my old car. Yeah, that's one of the disadvantages of being off the grid. All right, you email me, Doobie-Doo. Tell me what the subject line is and what the return address is. Hey, Antonel John, nice to see you. Paulo Nepomucino. Everyone, Sir Douglas, feeling good today. Hopefully you too. Yes, I like it. Wasn't there something called the Sir Douglas Quintet? Or something like that. Anyway, let's just see if I got anything from Doobie-Doo in my mail. Not yet. Haven't seen anything quite yet. DouglasBloch@gmail.com. All right, so one more time. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this picture of, where's Sam right here? I'm trying to show you my new cat, my cat to be. Okay. Let's see if we can find it here. And here he is, the new animal I'm about to adopt with Joan to replace the Persian cat Bruce. He's not Persian, but he is part tabby and part something else, and he's actually very stately and very cool when you meet in person. His current name is Oscar, but I'm going to call him Isaiah because he looks like a prophet. And Michelle, Ellis 16, has been asking me about getting a new cat for the past 12, 13 months, so there you are. Probably going to happen. Man asked me, do I think spanking my children is ever okay? Well, I'll tell you my own particular feeling about that. No, I don't think it's okay. I mean, I don't think corporal punishment is. I think there's always ways around it. Now, if your child keeps running out into the traffic, and almost gets hit, I suppose spanking him, would be a way to get his attention or her attention. But it's not mine to tell you what to do. You can ask your therapist or psychologist. There's an old saying, spare the rod and spoil the child. Yeah, that's when children used to get beaten up a lot. Child abuse, child abuse, child abuse. So, I'm not going to tell you, how to raise your kid. I personally wouldn't spank my child unless, I felt things were absolutely extreme. And I think if you're struggling with that, you should definitely talk to a good counselor, therapist, or a child psychologist. It said that I poured out my heart. Yes, but what was the subject matter or subject line? Words can inspire. Gem from England, the UK. Oh, hello, and Genetti. I'm trying to remember. What's your first name? I can't remember. Anyway, thanks for reaching out. Major struggles in 24/7 care duty this week and every month. But I did go to lunch today, which was perfect. Yes, you need to take a break. You're taking care of one of your relatives, it sounds like, huh? Anyway, words can inspire. We used to have a lot of correspondence, we did. How to control impulsiveness? Wow. Take a deep breath and tell yourself, do I really want to do this? If it's ADHD, there's medications. The Suicidal Quintet have a great song named Stone Faces Don't Lie. A German single sampled it and did a hilarious song about weed from that. Well, I was right. There is something called the Sir Douglas Quintet. I seem to remember that growing up. Shane McBride, nice to see you. Nice Irish name. It's raining in Trinidad and Tobago. Thanks for the weather report. I guess I have a habit of attracting abusive people. Well, if you were grown up with abusive parents, it's imprinted into your brain, so that's what you're used to. But you can break that habit by consciously saying, not again. And again, getting help from your therapist is really important. And there's the kitten. Congratulations on finding your new cat. They bring a lot of comfort. Yes, we haven't got it yet, but it's getting closer. Carrie, I went to Catholic school. Nuns were like police. My sister got her hand paddled with a ruler for not having her crayons once. Yeah, well, there's a lot of abuse happening in Catholic schools, or at least there used to be. And of course, the Catholic priesthood, I won't even go into that. Lazy Iran says, I never spanked my kid because he suffered severe abuse from his father, who kidnapped him at 14 months and hid for a year. God, no wonder why your son has mental health problems. I took parenting classes and had counseling for both of us. Well, Lazy Iran, what a wonderful parent you are. Susan Jones, Isaiah. Yeah, I think that's the spelling words that can inspire. Anyway, will my cat be indoor or outdoor? Well, right now the cat is indoor. He was rescued from a humane society in Virginia, Charlotte, Virginia, raised on the East Coast, came here about a year and a half ago to Vancouver, where he moved. He's living in a community. But I have never had an indoor cat in 64 years, 9 to 73. Yeah, never had an indoor cat. And so I'm going to open the door after a while and let this cat go outside. We live in a beautiful neighborhood with no cars. So I'm hoping he will want to go outdoors. Isaiah will. Of course, he's 3 years old and has been used to being an indoor cat, but when he sees how beautiful it is in Oregon, sees the beautiful breezes and green trees, he might be inspired. So, but I'm not going to make him go outside, but I will, I'm going to get a leash and take him for walks, kind of get him used to it. The problem with outdoor cats is they get hit by cars, they get bitten by other cats, and they live a lot less than the indoor cats. I mean, I've never had a cat who's lived more than 13 years, and I know people who've had indoor cats that live 19 or 20. So, anyway, but I still believe that the cats are animals and they need to connect with the natural world. All right. Lazy Ranch, you're an inspiration to me, a very strong lady. Oh my God, yes you are. Look at all the trauma she's endured, her father dying. It's you guys are so strong. People who are depressed, right? Are not weak. Period. It takes a very strong person to endure the kind of pain that we have to go through. Period. Would you agree? Period. Question mark. And so what do you think, guys? Am I right? My cat's out there, though. She hates staying in. She likes to party. Yeah, well, Bruce never liked to stay in. So, 49 people. Words conspire. 3 pounds. Thank you. So what do you think, guys? Does that look like a bicycle there? How about an electric bike, right? Well, I go this way, right? Yeah. I used to have a road bike, but now that I'm older, this is an electric bike from Specialized. You can see the water bottle there. And it's nice because you can go 45, 50 miles without, burning yourself out. When I was in my 60s, I could go 100 miles. But now that I'm 73, I've lost some power and endurance. But yes, this is a bike I will have to at least the age of 89, maybe more, depending on how lucky I am. I highly, highly, highly advise bike riding, by the way. Wonderful hobby. And words can inspire. $3, 3 pounds. Thank you. You're a sweetheart. Janetta, right? Janeta. I think I'm close. Oh. Sir Dominguez Quintin was led by a guy named Doug. How logical. All right. Did city life contribute to your mood? I'm not quite sure what that means. I mean, up or down. I grew up in outside a metropolitan area, but I was never in the city. I don't like the city. It's too loud, it's too noisy, it's too polluted. I like the outdoors, that's why I moved out here to the West Coast. But I love being by a city. Valuing you couldn't be more spot on, I guess, about depressed people not being weak. We never tell someone with cancer they're weak. Of course not. They're really strong. Jennifer Miranda says, my 13-year-old has gone to live with his dad. Well, it's interesting. My godson, my nephew Sam, his 13-year-old has gone to live with his uncle. Hard to adjust after being a single parent for 13 years. Feels like a loss. I miss him. Well, Jennifer, is this permanent, or are you guys going to switch every 6 months? And hopefully you can visit your son or do FaceTime. But yes, if you were the sole caregiver and he's living somewhere else, it is a loss. Marina Blackyard, I love your name. Your back just came from a 15-minute bike ride. Can't do longer because of my back pain. Yes. I love you, Doug. We'll meet in the clouds someday. Well, does that mean we're going to sit next to each other in an airplane? That'd be nice. I love flying. If you want a low-maintenance indoor cat, have a contractor cut a cat door in the convenient wall of the house. Also have a contractor build a small outdoor pen with a roof if you have hawks. The problem with the cat doors, when we did that, there were so many neighborhood cats, they all came in and ate the food. But keep him in for a long time because he may escape. I did that too soon once and regretted it. It vanished. Well, what do you think? 25 hours? No, I'm joking. What about 2 or 3 weeks to keep the cat inside? Oh, wow. Predators, yes. Well, you live out in the boondocks, with wild animals. Fortunately, Portland is a civilized city, but we do have a coyote in the neighborhood who did kill one of our cats. Doo, thank you for your nice words. This is the Depression Recovery Hour. We have 11 minutes. We have collected $65 over our 50. Thank you so much to Kelly Burns, and of course, I guess it's 68 because Words That Inspire added 3. Let's hit 70. Anybody can do $5 or more, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, mountain lions. Well, we have a coyote. I guess people call it coyote. Well, I'm going to stand up because of the fact that I have recovered from hip surgery, and I'm only supposed to sit for 20 minutes, and I've been sitting for 50, and my hip is really beginning to ache. So I got to get up. Oh my goodness. Anyway, as I'm standing, you'll get to see one more. Those of you who know about the death of Bruce Bloch, let me do this. And there's the cat right there. His current name is Oscar. I'm going to call him Isaiah. Isn't he lovely? What a beautiful cat. He's very regal and very calm and very chill. Now, the cat we used to own, right, which someone once told me was the ugliest cat they'd ever seen, which is not being really nice, was Bruce. And Bruce was a Persian. Okay, we don't want shared animals. We want to see the regular animals. Okay. Right, and here he is. The cat that we had for 7 years who changed our lives. Bruce Bloch, a beautiful Persian. They are so cool. They're very, very docile, very friendly, and extremely highly spiritual. Here he is waiting for us on the front porch once. Interesting. Look at that fur, huh? And here's with a lion's cut. Doesn't he look ridiculous? I don't know if you can see. He's got a big hair, but no big mane on his face, but no rest of the fur was cut off. Anyway, there's my experience with cats, huh? Calabaras, if you want a loam, oh yeah, talked about a cat door. No, that's not going to work. Other cats come in and eat the food. How's your mood these days, Douglas? Aaron, it's getting better because my pain is getting better. You love Bruce, and Bruce is irreplaceable. I mean, he is so amazing. I've probably had 20 cats in my life. Nobody even comes close to him. This new cat is wonderful, but no, Bruce will never be replaced. I like to build a catio area so they can go out and watch birds. Wow, chicken wire. And this is probably going to be Jennifer Tiana here with a $5 contribution. It is $4.99, dears. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are you? I think you're in Germany, right? Yeah. Somebody was in Overland Park. One Jennifer was. I don't know. Now I forget. Anyway, thank you for the donation. Well done for getting an electronic bike. Take that bike out. Yes, Dooby-Doo. I will do so today at 79 degrees. Probably later in the day. Thank you for your donation, Jennifer. Do you have any important, any questions you want to ask? I mean, you deserve it. 57 people. Wow. If you can just hit the like button for the next 7 minutes, we might even get to 70. Can I share a Bruce story? Oh, sure. Bruce always used to come downstairs ahead of me, and on the way down to get his breakfast, he would roll over on his back and wanted to have his underbelly scratched, purring like crazy. He would do that before he ate anything. You had to scratch his belly before he would have breakfast, and that was just a ritual. Yes, Jennifer Miranda, sorry for you about the loss. Your son going to live, your child going to live with his father. Yeah, that's a loss, and hopefully you'll be able to still maintain a connection. our children never forget us, and we're always bonded to them. So, but yes, it is a loss. Cats can be so different. My younger one's both feral. One likes my son and our dog. The other's a clown. Yeah, cats do have different personalities, just like dog. Jaybird, $5 from the carnivore in Canada. You mean you're a meat eater? It's okay. Just make sure that the cows are pasture raised. All right, you can walk around. Not in big cages and being given corn. Right. You still adore Bruce? Well, no. Bruce is it. He's at the top. This other cat will be nice, but I don't even want to try comparing it to Bruce. He'll just fall short. What was I going to do? I'm going to do one more thing. I got to tell another joke, right? So, I can't count how many times I failed math. My boss said she's going to fire the person with the worst posture. I have a hunch it could be me. And one of my best one is, being a waiter is a tough job, but it sure puts food on the table. And how expensive is it for Santa to park his sleigh? Nothing. It's on the house. I think this is from Kelly Burns. My yoga teacher was a little drunk during our session this morning. He really put me in an awkward position. There are as many puns as there are stars in the sky, and I love them all. Yeah, being a waiter is a tough job, but it sure puts food on the table. So let me know if you guys have any jokes you want to tell before we move on. Because I love puns, and I love jokes, and humor is a very good thing for people with depression. Should relatives rush to a dying relative on the phone, or just say goodbye on the hospital on the phone, or say goodbye on the phone? A couple of people passed in my family and people did not get there in time. Seemed worse. Well, then if your instinct is telling you to go see the person, go see the person. Yeah. You have to go in and yourself and ask yourself, what's the right thing to do? Todd Noblace, yes. What animals can you not trust? Big cats, because some are cheetahs. I love it. And there is Krista D, my favorite millennial from the East Coast. I love your hearts, and thank you for what you wrote in your comments. What kind of instrument does a skeleton play? A trombone? Oh, that's awful. First joke I told in this live chat, Mary had a little lamb and the doctor fainted. Thank you, Kelly. I thank you for reminding me of that. See, look at this. There are more jokes and puns than there are stars in the sky. Speaking of which, if you want to ever get perspective on your life, sit on your back porch, look into the east and watch Mars rising and the moon. You look at this dot and you realize it's like 100 million miles away, and you're getting to see it. I know, looking at the stars just makes me feel so connected to something greater. Also puts my life in perspective. 12:58, 2 more minutes, and I'm having a blood sugar crash. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to open this door, and I'm going to turn around. You can see my bike now. And I'm going to get a little protein bar from the... Oh my God, we only have 2 left. Wow. So, Doobie-Doo laughed at some joke. I don't know which. I told a bunch of them. Looking for a couple more comments before we sign off in 1 minute. Jennifer Miranda, thank you, Douglas. You're very kind, and your videos have given me a lot of comfort, even on days when I haven't wanted to get out of bed. Well, thank you. That's what they're there for. Good one, Value in You. Value in You had a joke, which I missed. Unbelievable. What do you call a beehive with no exit? Unbelievable. Boy, that was far-fetched. Do you have a video about ridiculous thoughts future? I'm obsessed about showing the U.S. with them being in the U.S. Well, I have one on worry. That's a little bit different. Carissa, too tired. And I didn't get that one. Yes. No, I don't have one about ridiculous thoughts. I have a video about worry. So somebody was, it happened twice in my family with my father's dying. The child rushed up with travel plans and did not arrive in time. One guy delayed for a day or two and missed him by a day. Well, if you feel that, seeing a relative before they pass on is important, then obviously it's important for you to get there. Yeah. Mary had a little lamb, and boy, was the doctor surprised. Maury, Amsterdam, very, very, very similar. Rim shot. Yeah, I missed all these jokes. And I'm not quite sure what Carissa's joke is that ended in rim shot. Hard to know. Yeah. Hard to keep up with you guys. Laura Alexander, ouch, that one stank. Great. I shall note that down. And what did Laura Alexander say? My niece. Why did the Buddha say to the hot dog vendor, make me one with everything? Yeah, that's a classic joke, by the way. That's been around forever. The way I heard was, what did the Buddha say to the hot dog salesman? Make me one with everything. And then I think the Buddha said to the hot dog vendor, can I have some change? And the hot dog vendor said, change comes from within. That's how that continues. I was blessed to go to the ICU and talk to my comatose dad and say goodbye. It's an incredible experience that took me balls of steel. There you have it. All right. It's 1:02, but I have to basically tell my favorite pun joke. Did you hear about the agnostic, dyslexic insomniac? Period. He lay awake all night asking himself, is there a dog? Question mark. There it is. I wrote it down so you can read it. Did you hear about the agnostic, dyslexic insomniac? He lay awake all night asking himself, is there a dog? Yes, I'm getting low on Fisherman's Friends. I only have one more left. Words can inspire. Yeah, send me the ones with the aniseeds. You'd be a saint to do that. Anyway, what do you think of that joke? Agnostic means isn't sure if God exists. Dyslexic means they change letters around. Insomniac means, of course, we can't sleep. You like that one? Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites. All right, well, hey, this has been a great live chat. No trolls, lots of people supporting each other. If you want to make a final donation after I sign off, you've got 10 minutes to do so. Doobie-doo, I'm glad that you were able to come here and get support. I'll look at your email. Kelly Burns, thank you again for your donation. Jennifer Tiana, Words That Inspire. Everybody who's given here. I can't go back to the beginning and remember, because you can't scroll back to the beginning after a while on this. So I don't remember who the early contributors were, but thank you all. Next week will be October 23rd, birthday of a very good friend from high school. My wife's Jones is on the 27th. Sam, the guy we're praying for, is on the 26th. Alora's was on September 29th. A lot of birthdays in the fall. So remember, take care. Remember, depression lies about the future. Remember, you are stronger than you think. And remember, you never know what tomorrow may bring. So don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. Thank you for being here, Laura, and Patrick, who is here for the time being. Remember to pray for my nephew, Sam, who is attempting to undergo a healing from bad depression. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. And remember, guys, depression is a treatable disorder. You are worth it, you are valuable, and you are greatly loved. Adios.